This has probably been my favorite vlog to date in terms of the scenery and the experience. I just cannot get over this trip, and I'm so happy to be sharing it with you all. You know, growing up, every trip to Mexico for me meant traveling between my parents' worlds. My mom's coast in Sinaloa and my dad's Acapulco, even Mexico City. But somehow we never stopped in Tequila. I never knew this place was what it was. This little town sandwiched in between was always skipped. But when we finally made it here this past trip, it absolutely blew me away, and I really hope this video inspires you to go on your next trip to Mexico.
It's called the Jornalero. We're gonna show you a little bit of what is the life or the work life of the Jornalero, and what they do out in the fields. So they start off their day very early in the morning, and they all ride in one of these and go to the lot they're working in.
Yeah. What time would they usually start?
They start around 4 or 5 a.m. Yeah, before sunrise. So by the time they get there, the sun is barely coming out, and they can start working right away before the heat gets to them.
Exactly. Yeah.
They'll usually stop once the sun is too hot.
Oh yeah, Angus does work out in the mines in Australia.
Like gold mines and stuff, so yeah, we start by 4 in the morning, so just because it's so hot. It gets to like 40, 45 degrees Celsius, so hundreds of degrees. Yeah.
So Jornalero is like the person, the tequila person.
He's
the farmer?
Yeah, he's more like he's the field worker.
The field worker, okay.
Yeah. And there's 2 types of field workers. One of them is the jornalero and the other one is the jimador. The jimador is the one who harvests the agaves. And the jornalero is the one that works on them every day until they're ready.
Wow. On our arrival to Tequila, we first stopped at Tequila Atanasio for a jornalero experience, which is essentially living the life of an agave worker in the fields. Instead of choosing Jose Cuervo and the more popular tequila experiences, I chose Tequila Atanasio because it was small and intimate. We actually thought we were going to do this tour with a few other people, but the other couple didn't arrive and we had this tour to ourselves, which was magical. At Atanasio, we stepped into the life of the jornaleros, the agave workers who make tequila possible. We came early to the fields, worked the land with the jimadores, then cooked breakfast right there among the rows of blue agave. We also later walked through the process, the slow cooking of the piñas, the careful fermentation, the patient resting in oak, and later it all comes together with a tour and tasting that reminded me tequila is less about a drink and more about devotion.
$500 a day. Yeah.
It's simple, it's not easy though.
A little bit down.
That's definitely raw. Or is that pepper?
To the right a little bit. Nice.
Oh my god.
Keep going.
That's a lot of work. Oh, I'm totally killing the plan. This is very heavy.
Got a few more.
It's your back.
Yeah.
Oh. Why do I keep missing it? Wow, you're so quick.
Red and green tomatoes. There's a little garlic in there. We like to use that. And then we have obviously the salt, and we use chile de árbol for it. So then we might get some a little bit of salt. Let's see, we'll add the garlic to start with the paste. Yeah.
That's pretty blended.
You put all of them, yeah?
Yeah, you put all of them in. Okay. So, but do
one at a time, or
one at a time is. I mean, at least for me, it's easier to do it that way.
I wanted to squirt. It looks so good on this camera. How yummy is it?
so good.
Let me see it.
It's almost all gone.
Oh. During our tasting, we learned the correct way to drink tequila. You know, when most people think of tequila, they think of late nights, lime and salt, and let's be honest, some pretty rough mornings. We also think of just throwing tequila in a cocktail and covering it up with the sugars that we add to it. But here in tequila, we learned something different. The actual purest expression of tequila is the blanco. Clear, unaged, straight from the heart of the agave. It's not meant to be thrown back in shots, it's meant to be sipped slowly so you can taste the sweetness of the agave, the earth it grew in, and even the volcano that watched over it. What surprised me most is also how personal it is. Some people were tasting citrus, pepper, herbs, cheese and smoke. Me, it was still hard for me to actually get over the fact of how strong it was, but I still really enjoyed this experience of drinking it a lot slower. There's no wrong answer, and we learned that it's not about being fancy or snobby like wine sometimes might feel. It's simply about enjoying what's in your glass your way, and that's the secret. If the world drank tequila the way it's meant to be enjoyed, they'd realize it's not a drink of bad memories. It's a spirit full of history, culture, and flavor worth savoring. The town of Tequila itself is incredible. There's cobblestone streets, old haciendas, and the church bells ringing across the plaza make it feel like stepping back in time. Everywhere you go, you're gonna see the history and traditions that are still alive in the town. We decided to stay at Hotel Solar de las Animas because I had some points that I wanted to apply to this stay. Definitely on the higher end, but there are cheaper options. It was right in the heart of town, so beautiful. The style was like colonial architecture. The rooms are super beautiful, and the rooftop terrace with amazing views of the volcano was just perfect. I love that it was a mix of luxury yet tradition as well. It was also really fun watching Danza de los Voladores with Angus. It was his first time seeing this live. A little bit about it, it started over 500 years ago with the Teutonic people, and it's a ritual to ask for rain. So essentially 4 flyers climb a 30-meter pole and then spin down on ropes while one musician stays on top playing the flute and drums. So each flyer spins 13 times, 52 spins in total, which matches the Mesoamerican calendar. It's a skilled and risky tradition, but it is recognized by UNESCO as an important part of Mexico's cultural heritage, and seeing it live really gives you a sense of the history and skill behind it.
Se encontraron a pesar de todo, porque la vida lo quiso y así fue.
Although we only had one night in Tequila, it was the best experience I've had in Mexico to date. As I said, I really hope this inspires you to go. If you need any recs, feel free to comment below. But thanks again for being here and supporting my channel. I will be posting my next video. I'm off to the coast to San Pancho, which is just an hour north of Puerto Vallarta, for some surf and some beach hangouts and a lot of tacos. So stay tuned for that video. I'll be posting that soon. But again, thanks for being here. I'll see you in my next video.
Sin embargo